Imagine watching a day pass by in just a few seconds. That's the magic of time-lapse photography. This technique, a cinematographic wonder, allows us to perceive the subtle, often overlooked dance of time in a manner that's both visually captivating and strikingly profound. Time-lapse photography involves capturing a series of images at a set interval over a period. When these images are compiled and played back, they give us an accelerated view of slow, gradual changes that our eyes might miss in real time. From a blooming flower to the bustling cityscape, the possibilities are limitless. In this video, we'll be delving into the heart of time-lapse photography. We will provide 5 essential tips that will help you create awe-inspiring time-lapse shots. And as a cherry on top, we have a bonus tip waiting for you at the end. It's going to be a thrilling journey, so buckle up. Are you ready to dive into the world of time-lapse photography? Let's get started. The first step to creating a stunning time-lapse is picking the right subject. Now you might be wondering, what makes a good subject? Well, it's all about dynamics and visual interest. You need a subject that doesn't just sit there, but evolves, changes, and moves. Imagine a bustling cityscape with cars zipping by, lights flickering on and off, and people moving about like a choreographed dance. Or picture a sunset with the sky changing colors from a bright blue to hues of pink and orange, then finally settling into a deep dark night. Or perhaps envision a flower blooming, petals unfolding one by one to reveal its inner beauty. These are all examples of dynamic subjects that can yield stunning time-lapse sequences. The key is to observe the world around you and identify these moments of change and transformation. Remember, the key is to choose a subject that changes over time to truly capture the essence of time-lapse photography. Stability is the name of the game in time-lapse photography. You see, a shaky setup can ruin an otherwise perfect time-lapse. Therefore, a robust, stable tripod is your best friend in this journey. Now let's talk camera settings. Manual mode is your go-to here. Why? Because it gives you full control over your exposure and focus, ensuring consistency throughout your time-lapse sequence. Imagine capturing a beautiful sunset only to have your camera auto-adjust exposure halfway through. That's a time-lapse tragedy right there. Manual focus is another key player. Autofocus can sometimes make random adjustments mid-sequence, causing unwanted changes in your footage. So switch to manual focus, set it once, and let it be. Remember, in time-lapse photography, consistency and stability are your pillars of success. So don't forget to secure your camera and maintain consistent settings for a steady and clear time-lapse. Timing is everything in time-lapse photography. And by timing, we mean interval timing. This is the gap between each photo taken, and it plays a crucial role in determining the speed and length of your final time-lapse video. Think of it like a movie reel. Each frame represents a photo, and the time between each frame is your interval. A shorter interval will result in a slower and longer time-lapse, ideal for capturing slow-moving subjects like the sun crossing the sky. Conversely, a longer interval will speed things up, perfect for capturing fast-paced scenes such as bustling city streets. So, how do you choose the right interval? It's all about understanding your subject and the effect you want to achieve. A blooming flower may require a longer interval, while a busy intersection may need a shorter one. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Experiment, test, and tweak until you find what works best for your vision. Master the art of timing to create a time-lapse that truly tells a story. The magic of time-lapse photography doesn't end with clicking the shutter. Oh no, that's merely the beginning. Just like a chef adds spices to enhance the flavor of a dish, post-processing is the secret ingredient that adds that extra zing to your time-lapse. Now, let's talk about color correction. It's like adjusting the taste of your visual feast. You can tweak the brightness, contrast, and saturation to make your colors pop, or tone them down for a more subdued effect. Next, we have stabilization. Imagine it as straightening the table before you serve the dish. This helps to smooth out any jitters or shakes in your footage, giving it a more professional look. And lastly, speed adjustment. This is where you decide the pace of your visual narrative. Speed it up for a dynamic feel or slow it down to let your audience savor each moment. Remember, a little post-processing can go a long way in enhancing your time-lapse. Last but not least, remember that practice makes perfect. Embracing this age-old adage will do wonders for your time-lapse photography skills. It's crucial to keep practicing, experimenting with different subjects, settings, and editing techniques. Don't be daunted if your first few attempts don't yield the desired results. Each shot you take, each lapse you capture, is a stepping stone towards mastering this art. Consider each time-lapse as a learning experience, an opportunity to refine your skills and enhance your understanding of this fascinating photographic technique. As you continue to practice, try to push your boundaries, experiment with different lighting conditions, play around with your camera settings, explore various post-processing techniques. The world of time-lapse photography is vast and incredibly rewarding. The more you practice, the better you'll get at anticipating the perfect moment, capturing the perfect shot. Remember, the key to becoming a fantastic time-lapse photographer lies in your hands. So keep practicing and let your creativity flow. And here's your bonus tip. Patience is key. In the thrilling world of time-lapse photography, patience isn't just a virtue, it's an absolute necessity. Imagine you're out in the field, waiting for that perfect sunset or sunrise. The sky might not cooperate initially, but when it does, the wait makes the result all the more rewarding. It's not merely about waiting for the right moment to press the shutter button, though. The process of creating a time-lapse requires patience in spades. From setting up your equipment to adjusting the settings, from clicking hundreds or even thousands of photos to stitching them together in post-processing, it's a game of waiting and perfecting. Just remember, the greatest time-lapses weren't created in a day. They're the result of persistence, passion, and yes, a whole lot of patience. So take your time, enjoy the process, and let the world unfold in front of your lens at its own pace. With patience and practice, you're well on your way to creating amazing time-lapses. That wraps up our essential tips for time-lapse photography. We dove into the magic of picking the right subject, ensuring your tripod and camera settings are stable, and the importance of interval timing. We also learned about the critical role of post-processing and, of course, the age-old wisdom that practice makes perfect. And let's not forget our bonus tip. Patience is key. Time-lapse photography is an art that requires time and perseverance, but the results are truly worth the wait. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your support means the world to us. We hope these tips will help you capture the world in a whole new light. Remember, every great artist was once an amateur. So pick up your camera and start shooting. Practice, be patient, and let your creativity flow. If you found these tips useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Lensphere Studios. Until next time, happy shooting.